Hello, everyone. This is Aubrey, Coach V Volious with V Formation. I thank you for tuning in today because I hope that what I have to say will be enlightening to a lot of my brothers out there. As you know, I am a married man. I've been married for 18 years. I've been with my wife, Sherri, now for 25 years. And I want to tell all the brothers, as in the Bible, we are the head of our household. But fellas, let me say this to you. We may be the head of our household, but I learned a valuable lesson who's the CEO of my household, and that's my wife. Without our wives, fellas, I don't know if we can sustain the everyday rigors of life. And what I mean by that is this. About 8 years ago, my wife had to go into surgery. And up until that time that she had to go into surgery, I took some things for granted. And the things that I took for granted was the things that was in the household and how she was holding down the household. And what I mean by that is this. We had our children were in college, and at that point in time, they would come home some weekends. They be doing their work. She be cooking. She be washing. She would be making sure that the household was fine, and my kids were in college, who were young adults and who were able to take care of everything. But my wife did everything on her own to make sure that this household ran properly. And prior to that, this is when I talk about I had an eye opener when my wife went into surgery. I can remember when my children were young in high school, and that's the time my wife had surgery. I looked at everything that every wife and every woman in a household does. And when my wife had surgery, bam, it hit me like a ton of bricks. My wife couldn't do anything for 3 weeks. So in those 3 weeks period, I had to come home. I had to cook. I had to wash. I had to make sure my kids were doing their homework. I had to do all those things. And then most of all, I had to try to find a few moments for myself. Well, it got to be about 10 o'clock one night when she was recovering from surgery. And it was like, holy moly, I'm still not finished with everything that I'm supposed to do. And I haven't had a break. And so, fellas, I want to tell you that, yes, we are the head of our households, but our wives are the CEOs of our household. They take care of everything. They make sure our children are fine. They make sure the bills are paid. Yeah, we go out and make the money to help pay the bills, but they do all the other things like mail them in the mail, pay them online. They do all those things. They go grocery shopping. They feed us. They cook for us. They wash for us. And fellas, sometimes we might take our wives for granted, but we shouldn't. Yes, fellas, you are the head of your household, but fellas, let me say this. Your wives are the CEOs of the household. This is Aubrey, Coach V with V Formation.